Alrighty, what is up, party people? Welcome back. More than anything, it's been a while. Haven't made a video in some time. Can't remember if I made a video this year or not. But I thought I had something valuable to share with you all today. So I thought, why not? Let me share with people what I did today in the markets. For those of you who have seen the channel or just my videos in the past, you'll realize that my room has changed. Look at my office. It's pretty neat. I made some arrangements. My girlfriend actually surprised me and made some changes around here, organized things, and made it look much nicer while I was away in Mexico a couple of months ago. But okay, well, y'all, the market is busy. It's May 2025. And normally, summertime, it's a hit or miss with markets being hot during the past few years. From what I was looking into, my stats, and actually last May, I had a decent month. Well, that was actually living in Spain during that time. So it looks like May has some activity from what I'm seeing. But I also remember having one of the worst months of my career when I first started in May. That was May of 2021. So again, subject to change. And also my approach to the market is probably just very different than it was 4 years ago. So let's jump right into it. So today I ended up netting close to $1,700 on two different stocks, essentially about 3 to 4 trades on those same stocks. And the main winner today was QBTS. So right now we have we've been having these quantum computing companies running for the past couple of months with the whole things going on with NVIDIA and all these new chips that they're making and these new technologies. From you can see here, November, December of this past year when this specific company started moving. So that's around the time when this conversation started behind quantum computing. So I would look a lot more into it as it seems to be a growing sector. We have different companies such as Rigetti here also, which I'll explain my trade on this stock as well. But there's a lot of just moving pieces with the whole AI sector, and there's just technology with computers advancing as we speak. So that translates to companies in the market moving the way that these stocks have been moving the past few weeks specifically, and have done so in the past. So let's jump right into my trade. So QBTS, as you can see, broke out here of these highs in the 12s, 13s. I'd actually been eyeing this stock and trading this stock for the past week or two, and I was taking small losses, $50, $100 losses throughout, as I was trying to, in a way, just prepare and time the breakouts. So during these days, it just wasn't going for it. So I was taking small scratches. And finally, the 16th, which was this past Friday, this thing really sped up at the open. And being that I had done so the previous day, I was observing it because it was holding its price. And as I started testing the highs of the previous day, which is essentially the highs of the stock for the past few months, I was still very interested. Right here is where, you begin to get in the mindset of traders. Short sellers are obviously piling up here because if this fails, and it's just going to come right back down. People who are looking to buy the breakout are also starting to get in. So pretty much if this got above the mid 12s, stayed above the 13s, and there was a big potential for this to break out. So I actually started building my position this morning here, again, after taking some small losses during the past during the previous days to Friday. So I started building my position this morning here, and all throughout. And I was actually risking the lows right here in the 1130s just because of the fact that that was a significant level on the daily chart. I didn't want to risk too much because I ended up accumulating 350 shares at an average of $11.80. So my average was around this level here. So again, I was risking roughly 50 cents, which that would translate, I don't know, to about $200 to $300. But this had the potential to go significantly if it broke out. Around $200 that I was risking. This day it was kind of, full spike and then just came right back down. I was close to stopping out on Friday. It held this level right here, which is above the lows of the day. That right there was, confirmation that we still had some strength here. This stock, it jumped right back to the highs. So I swung those shares on yesterday, Monday. It kept holding that price. So I actually added to my position. I didn't have the full 350 shares actually on Friday. I added some yesterday to build that full 350 shares at an 1180 average. And again, the plan was to wait for that breakout. And because the breakout was at that $12.50, $13 level, this thing is slow when I'm recording videos. I was estimating for this thing for the stock to run about $2 to $3 a share, which is exactly what it did, and it did so pre-market. So today when I woke up, around a little bit before 5:30 a.m. Pacific time, as I'm in California, and I literally woke up to this thing being in the high 15s. It was almost scratching 16. I normally don't like, just waking up and right away going into the market or trading. But sometimes when I'm swinging positions, which has been more often, but hasn't been very often in the past, I have the tendency to check it literally 10 seconds after I open my eyes, just because I'm curious to see what happened with the position, whether it went up or down. So to my surprise, and this was something that I had been looking forward for a long time, me swinging a position and actually gapping up significantly. This actually gapped up exactly to the levels that I was planning on selling this stock. So, I woke up and I was like kind of excited to just start exiting my position. So I actually started exiting on my phone. I didn't even make it to my office to hop on the computer. I started exiting on my phone. And I sold most of my shares by the time the market opened. And the reason why I didn't sell all of my shares was because I wanted to give this some more time, just in the case that, this kept going and had potential to do so. I thought 16 was already pretty high up there. So I waited I had like 50 shares left by the time market was open. So I sold like 300 shares. And I just wanted to let those ride. I saw that it dipped, shot right back up. It tested those 16s, and by this point, I got a little impatient, and I said, "This already met my goals, so I'm just gonna sell." Ended up selling all of my shares for a profit right here of close to $1,400 flat on this stock, which is a great trade. And ended up being a little bit over 30% on the position that I had. Obviously, as you can see, this kept on going, topped out in the 1750s, and it might continue running. But for my trade, it met my goals. My price target was it reached my price target, so I sold out of that position with a great percentage on the position that I had. So seeing this continuing to go up didn't really, make me feel any kind of way. I just, okay, it's unpredictable if this team was going to continue running or not. Nevertheless, amazing trade that I had today. At the same time, I was actually swinging Rigetti, which is also connected to QBTS, another one of those quantum computing stocks. I'd actually been swinging shares, a few from Monday, added a little bit yesterday for a total of 200 shares with an $11.40 average. So I had a pretty solid average on this one. This one wasn't running as well as QBTS, so my plan wasn't to sell this very high, but I did like the gap up as well. So actually at the same time that I exited QBTS, I exited most of my position here on Rigetti or RGTI and pre-markets. And as soon as this one opened up, it actually ended up tanking. I didn't feel too comfortable with this, so during the first candles where we're just kind of having some big wicks, I sold out of my position. And on those 200 shares, I ended up making around $250 as I exited with a $12.40 average. So I pretty much made about $1 a share on this one. Wait, no, give me a second. It was a little bit more than $1 a share. So I made $2.50 on it with 200 shares. So a little bit more than $1 per share. Cool. There it is. And I forgot to mention that I actually had some scalps on QBTS here in the morning, just as I had already fully sold out. So I wanted to, test if it broke out and kept going. I ended up selling those super quick, made an extra like $70-$80, which helped me get above those $1,400, and calling the day a little bit close to $1,700. Here on E-Trade, if you have E-Trade, whenever you swing positions, for some reason it doesn't show like the full amount. So on the broker, it only shows 1,089 for the day, which that's absolutely not the case. But whatever. It's on my record. To this day, I believe, today is the biggest single gain since I've started trading 5 years ago. So that is something that's very exciting. It was on very specific trades on a pattern that I've been trading over and over and over during the past few years, and I've gotten more comfortable with as well. Because a year or two ago, one, I wouldn't have swung this stock, and two, I wasn't normally playing breakouts. I think breakouts made me very nervous in my first and second year of trading, because I would tend to just buy the top on a trade and then the thing would just kind of like crap out wherever I bought it. So obviously with time and experience, I've gotten a lot better. And when entering those positions, when I'm anticipating a breakout, or how I go about it, and more than anything, the risk to reward that I set up before entering these trades, because I believe breakouts is one of the best setups to trade as a long bias trader, or just as when you're longing a stock. But again, sometimes it requires for you to hold your position for a day or two, or a little bit more than that, just the way that I did with QBTS, with holding my position since Friday. And again, I was trading it all of these days here. So you also have to be persistent with it, because I could have easily quit on the trade out of frustration that it wasn't going to work out, because I took scratches in previous days. But again, through experience and seeing this play out on different stocks time and time over again, I decided to stick around and trade it. Giving me one of the biggest day that I have to date in my trading career. So I just wanted to share that with you all, so you can see my thought process behind my trade, why I did it, how I did it, how much I made. I explained some of the losses that I had prior to that, and kind of what I'm looking forward to next is just seeing how this continues to play out. Obviously, QBTS right now is on it's on the run right now upwards. Let's see how high this goes. Ideally for me, this runs for another day, or after tomorrow it actually starts crapping out, and then once it comes down enough, I'll play my second favorite pattern, which is a first green day, or it might be on par with breakouts in terms of my patterns. So I'll play that first green day bounce on this stock, and I'll actually make another video that ends up happening. If not, then I'll give you all some other content. So again, it's been a while since I posted a video. Hope you all find this interesting, or that it helped in some type of way, or that you just joined me in my recap. This is like my journal right here, posting these videos on YouTube to look over my own recaps. But I'm here to remind you, trading works. It takes time. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of persistence, a lot of sweat and tears and all of the above. But it works. So let's keep on going. I'm going to share some more content with you all. Let me know also if you want to see something specific, or you have specific questions about, my style of trading, something that you want to see. Also with investing, I've been thinking about putting some videos up for investing, but we'll see. On that note, catch you all on the next one. Thanks for tuning in, and stay in the market.